Alright everybody, it's Rob. Well, I got some updates for you on some things. I'm out here putting the boat back into storage. I've had it out of storage for a little while. We've been busy doing some things, but kind of a follow-up. If y'all remember a couple videos ago, I did a follow-up on my engines overheating, stuff like that. Took it in, there was nothing wrong. I took it back out that following weekend. Same thing, just wasn't getting any good power, wasn't getting top speed. So my wife and I kind of had that discussion. You know, do we just sell the boat or do we trade it in? What do we want to do? So we traded it in. So I'm out here and I'll show you. You know, we couldn't pass up 2.9 finance in 15 years. I don't care who you are, that's a good freaking deal. Plus we got 5 years of warranty. And the dealer here kind of matched gave us a maintenance card, and they would match anything that we put on it. So I think we put like $800 on it, and they matched it with $800. So we got $1,600 worth of maintenance. So all the oil changes for the next 4 years, 3-4 years are going to be covered already. So I got it partially covered, but here it is. We went with the new AR240, same as what we had before, but the gray version. And it's nice, man. I gotta tell you, it's pretty nice. I like the forward sweeping wakeboard tower. You can see I already had all my stereo stuff put back into this one. You know, had my wheels transferred. I wasn't going to give up those things on my trailer, so you know, yeah, it's a nice little boat. So I'm gonna go up top. There's a couple things I want to talk to you about. Some good things and some bad things. So I'm gonna cut it here and we'll be back. Okay, one more thing I wanted to show you. If this video doesn't flow well, this is kind of an afterthought, so I'm gonna inject it in between the two other ones. So with the new models, I think it was 15 and newer, they added what's called the articulating keel. As you can see, I don't know if I can't really see, there's a shadow here, but they added this articulating keel. This is their version of those thrust vectors that you can buy. You can still add them here if you need to. You can see they made an adjustment to the actual underbody. They put that whole freaking thing, it's not flat down there anymore like it used to be. That keel goes all the way up. So there's some improvement in some slow speed handling, and kind of cuts through the water much better at higher speeds, even out there in the ocean. It's a pretty good adjustment. I'm not convinced that this articulating keel was worth putting it on there. I don't notice that much of a difference at slow speeds. Maybe it's just me trying to adjust, but you know, between my old boat with only the 3 to 6 o'clock steering radius, you know, I could steer just fine at slow speeds. So now you got this little keel in there, plus you got a much wider range of steering. I'm out, like I said, I don't know if I'm just being picky, but I don't think it was worth all the hype that they go in to tell you, especially when they still say that buying the thrust vectors are worth the money. You know, whatever. But okay, that was it, man. Now I'm done. So yeah, I'm done. Okay, here we are. We're up inside. As you can see, everything's pretty much the same. This one came with a passenger captain's chair. It swivels, reclines all the way back. It's real nice. It's got the damn storage container. It's got a lockable glove box down there. Not watertight, by the way. Storage area, pretty much relatively the same. That strap out there, relatively the same. It comes with a little shelf in there. Those of you that keep track of my videos, that's kind of what I thought we were missing in the old one. So they kind of did a version of that. Turns out pretty cool. Everything else is pretty much the same. It's got the cover on there. It's pretty much the same shit. Speakers are more kind of accessible. Better sound is possible, but I'm going to get into that because that's one of my dislikes, the stereo. Throttle's the same. A little bit different dashboard. I'll get into that in a second, but this is what I really want to cover. The engines. The engines are the same. But if you haven't seen the 2016s, if you'll notice, they redid the whole engine compartment. They packed it full of this foam. They don't do a good job of sealing it, gluing it in there, to absorb some of that engine noise. They double packed it up here on the actual flap. You can see, had to get some spray. They don't do very well. But they double and triple layered that shit. Now, if you have not looked at the 2016s, you got the other one, you're probably wondering what the hell this is. Well, let's go back. On the back, the seats on these things now have storage. That's where we got our little friggin' noodles and shit. And that's that little compartment that's in the engine compartment. That's on both sides. That's where I keep our rear anchor. And there's a 12-volt power supply up in there if you need it. Real pain in the ass to get to it, but it's there. A little bit different material. Doesn't get very hot, or as hot. Alright, let's get into this fucking gaggle, is what I like to call it. This is like a damn computer, and I hate computers, but there are some good features in this. It gives you the volume of your radio, gives you the depth gauge over here, all your GPS type crap there. Your trip information, you can kind of really get high speed just like you do on a car. If you really give a shit about that, I guess. I don't know. I like this, how it keeps the hours right there, visible. Back at the other, like on my old boat, you had to push those damn buttons and get it to display. And let's see here. I'll get back to the radio because that's a piece of shit. Lights, obviously, here it is. Your anchor light on the 240. Your anchor light is permanently mounted up there, right on top of your wakeboard deal. That's a pretty cool little gadget. You ain't gotta plug that shit in anywhere. Courtesy lights, all that stuff's in there. Go to the next one. System control. You can turn your blower on. You can turn your auto blower on. What that means is the auto blower is, as soon as you flip the ignition key on, it automatically starts pumping out your shit. So, because I never used my blower before. I don't care if I fill up with gas or not. Your bilge. Obviously, you can set your auto bilge if you want. That's more for storage stuff if you don't know what that is. Here's all your settings. But I will go back to, where was it? Oh, I think it was this. Nope. See, that's the other thing, man. It's a fucking pain in the dick. Depth, that's what I was looking for. I was early. So depth. You can set your depth level for your alarm. Standard before, it was like 2.9 feet, and it's going to start screaming, and you can't shut that son of a bitch off for nothing. So now you can set it however deep you want it to start going off. See, there you go. You can mute it, which is awesome. So depth, like here I am sitting here, you just take it back down to 0, and it's pretty much off. It's not going to start screaming at you. Alright, now, let's talk about this radio, man. And you know me, because I've put some videos out here before. Stereo is my life. This radio is convenient because it's all locked into one, and you can use this little douchebag little spinny thing. I don't, pain in the dick. Because when you, like, if you go to your radio, if you're not, like, if you try to change your channel, now you can't adjust your volume because you got to make sure that this is on there, and like it's just a pain in the ass. And God forbid you leave your radio up loud when you shut the keys off, because it's going to be just as blaring as it was when you shut it off. So it's convenient that everything is there, but here's what I wanted to cover. For those of you that like stereo equipment, like me, and the way it sounds, you can see these are all your choices here. Yeah, that's it. bass and treble. There's no mids, there's no frequency adjustments where you can adjust a mid. Like on my old stereo, I had that Clarion head unit where you could get into like 6 or 7 different frequency ranges in your trebles, in your mids, and your lows, and all that other shit. In this, you've only got 4 options for a custom EQ, and then loud. So that's like, yeah, and it sucks. And I gotta tell you, although I got a lot of power going through this thing with the amps and all these other speakers and shit, it really is not the same. This radio is made to be just basic. It's just a generic sound system. And it's really not doing everything else that I put into it any justice at all. And that kind of makes me sad. So, I'm snooping around for different options. The people that put in the stereo stuff into this boat for me, they're trying to sell me on a thing called Fusion Black Box. I'm still doing some research, and again, I'll follow up on that stuff. I'll let y'all know what I find out. But you know, these Focal speakers that I have, and y'all have heard me talk about those before. They're high performance speakers, and they've got a tin type sound to them when the trebles and your highs get going. So you need to be able to adjust those and make up for it with your mids, because if not, you're going to get a real tinny sound to it, and that's what I got going on right now, and it's just really kind of unsat. Let me think what else is different about this boat. Oh, let me see. Rack and pinion steering. Now, if you've had like, I'm going to go with 2013 and older, I'm going to say, you basically were steering from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Now you got rack and pinion steering, so you've got quite a rotation. You know, you got a couple spins in there to make up for, so it's a little bit different drive. And y'all saw me fix my seat before. This one's a much improved one. It kind of flips up and sits flat. So that was a big improvement too. The folding down of the wakeboard tower, much easier. Unscrew that thing on that side, unscrew that thing on that side, and it just kind of pops down. Man, it's pretty easy. Storage is all the same. Here, let me get on this side so I can get the sun there. I've already started cutting holes. I've only had it for a week. I only got like 2.5, 3 hours on this boat, but again, I'm going to start doing some more videos with this boat because I don't. The ventilation has always been an issue with me, so I got the sub box in the opposite side where the cooler goes, but there was no holes. So I started already, and that's what I did. I'm not 100% satisfied yet. I don't know. Stainless steel, and I'll be honest with you, man, these are shower drains. I got these at home or at Lowe's. They were like $4. They're stainless steel, and they're just those shower-based deals. I thought that looked pretty cool, but I don't know if I like where you can see the white, where my hole saw didn't cut everything. I don't know yet. I'm going to see if it grows on me. If not, then I'll just go get a new hole saw and cut it out. But I got a bunch of those, like I said, like $4. So that vents out my box down in there. And I might put another one in that end, I'm not sure, because I bought a whole shit ton. So I'm going to put one in here on that side for the batteries. They come with dual batteries, which is really nice here for the 16s. And obviously I'm going to do the vents like up in there like I did before, up in there, and I'm going to underneath the cockpit so I can keep everything aired out in there. So that's it, man. So now when you see me doing videos, it's going to be on a different boat. So I'm not going to be doing oil changes anymore. This dealer here, it's called Cycle Springs, and they're like, from what I understand, and I did a little bit of research just to verify their shit talking, but they are the highest producing sales in the country, and they're right here in Clearwater. They're called Cycle Springs. So what they do is, at the time of the purchase, if you buy that maintenance program and shit like that, wasn't very expensive. Like I said, the $800 that we put down. But if they do all the maintenance, all the plugs and the oil and shit like that, throughout the time of the warranty, they will cover those engines for life. I can't pass that shit up, man. So I had to bite the bullet. So I'll let them do the oil changes and the plugs from now. Kind of breaks my heart, but it's already paid for, so screw it. I'd rather have a lifetime warranty on those engines. And that's just the engines, it's not everything else. But so yeah, so there you have it, guys and gals. If you have any questions, launch them my way. I don't know if I will have any answers for you yet, because like I said, I've only had it for about a week and a half. So yeah, man. Anyway, that's it. So happy boating to y'all, and see you later. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm still working with Mantis anchors. We had a bad storm when we got caught out there last week. It was pretty bad. And I'll see if I could clip in the video somewhere in this thing so you can see it. If not, then just take my word for it. It was bad though. But me and my neighbor, we're the only ones that didn't have to move our anchors. So I got to tell you, these anchors are great. And what I'll do is I'll put it in the little description box again. You know, you guys, if you're interested in a really good quality anchor, I highly recommend it. So yeah. All right. Peace out, y'all. Have a good time.